Nation.
Let's go.
You got to know we in Arizona.
Coming to you.
Whoa.
Jesus.
That popped nice on there. Live.
That was like champagne.
I didn't even get to get presenting in. Coming to you live.
Clearly brought to you by Coors Light.
Coming to you live from the Team Hotel in Tucson, Arizona. It is the DNVR Pregame Show for Colorado at Arizona, presented by Game Time and Coors Light. Download the Game Time app. Use promo code BUFFS. Get $20 off your first purchase. And get Coors Light delivered to your door with Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/DNVR. And be careful opening it.
Yeah.
After it travels.
Content's under pressure.
What, 3,000? What are we at elevation-wise?
I don't know.
Lower.
That was crazy, though, bro. If I didn't have a good grip on this, it might have gone right through your head.
Well, how's it going, boys?
Doing good, man. Shout out to the bus getting us here. We stopped in New Mexico in Albuquerque. Spent the night there. Your hometown.
Hometown, stomping.
Your hometown hero, man. People loved you everywhere.
Had an epic meal. Epic meal.
We shared like this, just a big bucket of meat.
Yep. Well,
Jesus.
it's so much better than that.
I think Diddy calls it a freak off.
Oh, Lord.
my
Here
God.
we go.
Can we bring a guest on so we could avoid
We do
this?
have a guest.
Let's
Early
do it.
on in the show. You know, everybody wants to talk about the running game. We got the running back coach, assistant head coach, running back coach. Coach Flea is with us. He's going to come on up. Come on, Coach Lee. So we can start the show off there. We're, again, if you just joined us, we're live from the Team Hotel, Tucson, Arizona. Take on Arizona tomorrow on Fox.
Yes, sir.
2 p.m.? What time?
2:30.
1:30 local time.
1:30 local.
2:30 in the Mountain Time Zone, though.
Coach
What's up,
Lee?
Coach?
How y'all doing?
Doing good,
man.
man.
How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
No problem.
We got a statistical fact we got to run by you first.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Buffs are undefeated when you come on this show.
There you go.
1-0.
I was like, man, it's been since TCU last year that Coach Lee was on the live show. You know, we record with you after practice a lot, so
Right.
you've been
Right.
on the show.
Absolutely.
But live, man.
I didn't realize that, man.
But we won.
Big good omen.
It is. How you feeling,
Perfect
brother?
timing, like Shador said. Perfect
Yeah.
timing.
Yes, sir.
I thought I don't have a watch like you have on.
That's
That's
Appreciate
nice.
it. Thanks.
Coach, put
Thank
your mic up just a little bit. Preparation-wise, this game, how's your room doing?
Hmm?
Health-wise, engage, all of that.
I got a great group of young men. I call them the Four Horsemen. You talking about Charlie? Great guy that controls the room. He's very smart and he pretty much hold guys accountable. He's like a second coach in the room. Isaiah, he's a tough runner, big body guy who's hungry, trying to get on the field, trying to get as many reps that he can. Then you got Dallin, who has a veteran guy who. Dallin's a guy that never wants to be wrong, so he's gonna try to do everything perfect. So he keeps me on my toes.
Yeah.
He makes sure I keep that coach, that title in front of my name. And then you got the young bull Micah, who plays hard and who's hungry and very eager to do what he needs to do. And all four of those guys can, by committee, can get it done. I think they're in a good place mentally. Just like any other guys in any other position in this game, they want more reps, they want more opportunities. But they're patient and they're just waiting for the opportunity to come. And it's going to come together. It's going to gel. Running game is all about not just the offensive line. It's about the tight ends, receivers. It's all about the timing of the play, and we got to do our job. So collectively, outside my room, we feel good about this week as far as this being the week for us.
Good deal.
Coach Prime said earlier in the week that this could be Isaiah's week.
Yeah.
What have you seen from him just, not going all the way back to the offseason, then also in his opportunities this season?
Coming in, you saw a guy with, great size, and he was very quiet at first, and he was coming in, learning the playbook, and he took his time as far as learning the playbook, and he had a slow start coming in with a hamstring issue that kind of set him back, but once we hit, week 1, week 2, you saw him start to progress, and you see some of the things that he's able to do. He's a tough runner. He's hard to bring down. And, he has a plan. He has goals that he's trying to pursue. So you see that in him. One thing about Isaiah, he sees and understands the game. Even though when he's not involved in the game, when he wasn't playing, every time we came to the sideline, he would grab me and show me and tell me some of the things that he saw. And he was right on point, and he would share those things with the players that were playing. So he's a team player. Now his opportunity is here, and I think he's going to take advantage of it. We'd like to improve his hands out the backfield, but so many things he can do when it comes to protection and running the football and his football IQ that we can take fully advantage of.
I feel like, especially for a back of that size, his speed can sneak up on you, too.
Oh, yes, absolutely. When he's in open field, And you see the speed, and we had to work on him as far as his initial start, his vision, being patient to the hole and use his explosiveness through the hole, being fast through the hole. And you see it start to come now. In practice, you see he's been more explosive than he has ever been since he's been here. And it's going to show in the game. I think he's going to have a big run this game.
Coach, obviously, kind of struggled to get the running game going. What have you been telling those guys to just, keep them focused, not have them, get too ahead of themselves, too frustrated with the struggles recently?
Well, it's a lot of management skills. Like I said, the guys are eager as far as getting it done. They know what they can do, and they hear what's going on in the outside world, even though when they say, Colorado cannot run the football. It's not any specifics. It's overall, it's everyone, and we're involved in that as well. And we take, full responsibility for that. And it kind of motivates the guys to have the opportunity when they get the opportunity to do well in that situation. But it's just day to day, week to week, game by game, and just expressing the guys where we are offensively. Some of the things we want to get done within the scheme, not trying to go outside the scheme to please one individual. And just wait for the opportunity to come. Like I tell them all the time, I work for a guy, I have two bosses. I have Coach Prime, I have Coach Sherman. And they know what they want in those particular backs. Throughout the course of the game, Coach Prime can say, I want this guy, that guy. So my job is always to make sure mentally that they're prepared, to understand the game plan. No matter who it is, if it's Charlie, if it's Dallin, if it's Micah, if it's Isaiah. And I tell them, once you go in, now it's your time to put it on tape. And you got to impress not only me, but the people that are around that has an influence on your involvement in the game.
Absolutely. One of the things that we preach and pour into the fan base and the audience on this program that I still don't think everybody just totally grasps is that if you guys don't see it in practice, we're not going to see it in the game.
You're not going to see it in the game. And
that effort has to take place there. So I want you, if you will, Coach, to talk about that, how y'all evaluate practice, but also – with the prolific passing game we have, that part of being a running back and being on the field is pass protection as well.
Absolutely. Folks don't understand that, they're going to, like I tell them all the time, you're a natural runner, you're a running back, so you're going to be able to run the football. So we got to see the things that you're able to do with the ball that's not in your hand. And like you said, protection is a big part of that because in that room, when it comes to the mental errors, when it comes to in protection, if you have one, and it's like it sets you back. We do not want your door to get touched. We want him to stay clean, keep his feet clean, and have a good, calm presence in the pocket. And that's what happened to Isaiah last week. He got in early, and he blew an assignment when it came to protection. He had to come out. He had to come sit down and make sure that he was seeing the game from that point of view. But protection is big. Like you said, in practice, we go through each play. You get graded on each play as far as your assignment and your technique. You might get the assignment right, knowing where you should be and what's your responsibility, but as far as technique, if you miss that block, if you don't take the right steps, then you get a minus, in the running back room. Yeah. So we strive on assignments, we thrive on technique, mental errors, and also what we call lows. Prime is big on effort. Yeah. They want to see, after the play, what are you doing? If the ball is thrown downfield, are you pursuing the football? Are you getting down the field? And then you get an effort grade also outside of that 1 through 5, 5 being the highest. And we also ask the players, I will have my grade as far as effort. And we give them opportunity to give us their grade as well. And then the next morning in team meeting, each coach comes up and express why they did what they did. And, and then you see what the player gave. And it gets the players to buy into it and have a clear understanding of what we're trying to get done and the expectation that we're pursuing. So we all be on the same page.
You had an interesting comment there about a lot of management from your position. I was talking to Colorado's basketball coach, Tad Boyle, one time, and he said, if I could do it all over again, if I knew I was going to be a coach, I would have been a psychology major.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just what is it like being a coach, trying to manage different personalities, different expectations for playing time, all of that stuff?
That's the biggest part of it. I think that's what makes a great coach. A lot of coaches, not to talk negative or speak down, some coaches feel like just screaming and yelling to get their point across is coaching. But like you said, it's when you have so many people, so many personalities in your room, in your group, you got to teach or treat each person differently in a sense where you still able to get success from each person. But it's like, in your own household, if you got 3 or 4 kids, each kid, they're different. There's some that you understand, know how to go about life and be on time and understand time management. You tell them come down to eat, they come down to eat. You tell others to come down to eat, they say, well, 1 minute, they're still on a video game and taking their time. So you understand your kids in the room. and how they learn. That's the biggest part. How do they learn? And that's for me. I want to make sure I create an environment where learning is conducive, and where they don't feel overwhelmed, where they all buy into it and they understand what we're trying to get done. But the management part, because you also got kids that have other things going on through their minds. You never know what situation they're dealing with at that particular time. So it's like a day-to-day thing, man. But that therapy part, that psychology, understand how a kid thinks, getting that trust. And then now from that point, once you understand, now you can coach them hard and you can show that tough love, and then they buy into it and they don't go into a tank. You don't want the up and down. You want to keep that even keel where you're able to coach them and still be a little stern and firm, but they understand where you're coming from. It's coming from a place of love.
Kind of with that, Coach. I mean, this time last year the team had 4 wins, and everyone we've talked to who was with the team last year has said that there's like a different level of focus, a different level of locking in. What have you noticed are the major differences right now with this team compared to this time last year?
I would say last year, we had a lot of success early, and Coach Prime's biggest thing, not just the game, but just the atmosphere and how we go about everyday things. A lot of folks are not ready for the moment that we're in, and last year kind of showed. Once we hit that certain spotlight, there probably was a level of complacency, and folks looking ahead and felt like we was there when we really wasn't there yet. And we had a downfall. But I think this year, Coach Prime, the stars up top, the staff, the coordinators, they're doing a good job as far as keeping everyone with an understanding where we are. And we kind of shed light on some things we did last year and where we were last year. But the biggest thing this year as far as is the discipline that we stay on top of to make sure that we're not losing ball games, that we're giving ourselves opportunity to win. So like I said, so the focus level is on that as far as the discipline and the effort. And it's no negotiation to that. It's nothing that we're looking past, and we understand where we are. We know last week was a tough loss because it was a kind of turning point for us. But we got 6 more games to go, and we're going to do it week by week, one at a time. And it's a lot of football to be played. And the guys, they responded well. We had a great week of practice, and you see it all the time when practice is not going well, when the effort, small things like Coach Prime said, we're not, we can't coach effort. But when it's not there, we might be 10 plays in, 5 plays in. He's going to start it over to make sure that they understand what we're trying to get done is get done the right way.
Coach, I can hear the traffic picking up behind me, so I know that means the team meeting is coming up. And you're going to have to get out. But quickly before you go, we're preparing and prepared to win this game.
Absolutely.
All right. But coming off a bye week, there's also the opportunity for recruitment.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're wearing 2 hats this time of the year.
Absolutely.
You're trying to manage what you got and trying to bring in something new. So
that's right.
2 questions. How's the recruitment going for your room? And then also the keys from the running back room to get a victory in Arizona.
For us recruiting, we're doing a good job as far as understanding position by position and where we need to go as far as our needs. Right now, it's just not recruiting for us. It's based on needs. And Coach Prime kind of set the tone early, not just for the transfer portal, can be a good high school kid. Don't matter if you're a 4-star, 5-star, 3-star, find the best player that fit our needs. So our needs in the running back room is a guy, because not only do we don't have young guys that returning, but we're trying to find something in the room that we do not have. We got some big backs that can run the football in between the tackles, but I feel like we don't have that all-purpose guy. Someone's a home run hitter. Like when they hit it, they hit it. They're gone. They're in the wind. They can catch the ball out of the backfield and still be able to protect. So we're still looking for that particular person. Oh, Travis Hunter. So we're still looking for that all-purpose back, that guy that can come in and provide those things. If it's a freshman, if it's a guy in the transfer portal, but also come in with the mindset that you got to come in and earn it and not coming in with your hands out to destroy the room. Because, like I said, I have a great room that support each other and that compete with each other as well. And the keys to victory for us, we talk about all the time, each week for the running backs, is ball security, no mental errors when it comes to protection, finished runs. And the biggest thing right now, when I say finished runs, we got to start punishing people. We got to start finishing runs and making folks pay at the end of those runs. And that's what I'm still waiting on. Sometimes we're too nice. When a guy come in blitz, we gotta step to him and sometimes put him in the dirt. But when we run the football, we gotta start delivering the blow as far as using that weapon, that stiff arm, making a guy miss an open field as well when you approach that safety. But I want to start seeing someone with some nastiness that's gonna finish the runs and bring some energy, bring some something different to the offense. And like I tell them all the time, all it takes is one play like that to get us going with the momentum, and everybody start picking up, and then we go from there.
Well, if everyone could finish their runs as well as you just finished this interview, we'd be in a great place.
Love it.
I love it. Thank
Appreciate
you.
you coming back,
Coach,
Coach, man.
always.
Much
Always a
love.
pleasure.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach Flea in the hizzy. Man, how about that?
How
How about it?
Dude.
Shout out to Travis Hunter. Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, shout out to 12. Heisman.
I was going to say, we got a
Which
Travis
is-
Hunter cameo, a great interview. We're off to a hot start here.
No doubt.
Hot, but you know what you can do when you're hot? You cool off with a Coors Light.
Coors Light,
I'm scared to open
made
mine.
to chill. I know.
I know. Yeah, I don't want to open this.
There might be like a nuclear reaction if you open another one of these.
I don't want to do it.
You know what it probably was now that I think about it?
What was it?
They were in my backpack.
Jostling around.
Oh, so
Yeah.
now they've chilled and
Yeah.
they're fine.
I'm still not going to open mine, though. I'm still not going to open mine.
All right, let's take our first break
Delicious.
and shout out our friends over at Game Time.
It is game time. And tomorrow and next week, you can still get a ticket.
Well, for next week, that's the only way you're getting into Folsom Field.
Yeah, because it's sold out.
Yep. It's gonna be next week's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a big recruiting weekend. It's officially a blackout, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
So big game, and then of course
Which means more Coors Lights.
always late game too.
Perfect time to use that code BUFFS, which means you got to go download the app first. Got to create your account. Mm-hmm. Go look for your seats in Folsom Field. You can see the view before you buy the tickets.
Yep.
You know, one thing I say about Folsom, it ain't a bad seat in the house.
No.
The worst seat in the house is a good seat.
Yep.
Good
been telling
views
people
everywhere. I mean, you know, it sounds like a sales pitch, but you got to see it to believe it.
Truly.
It really is a nice venue.
Real quick. Actually, no, finish.
Yeah, use that Game Time Picks feature to pick the best seat with the best deal. Download Game Time today. What time is it?
Game time.
I never lie to the people.
Right?
I told everyone I was going to get my tickets off Game Time,
Uh-huh.
and I was going to.
Yeah.
And there was great deals on there. But I got to give a shout out to my guy Zeke, who hooked me
Shout
up
out
with tickets. You know, Buff Nation is unbelievable. I say that I'm still looking for tickets. People are
And the tickets
everyone.
We were together in
Everyone
the
wants
lobby
to
and
help.
somebody walked up and said, hey, you still need tickets?
I know, bro. It's crazy. I
Yeah.
love these people, but especially Zeke, who hooked me up in the Buff section, right behind the bench. I'll be yelling at Neely, just heckling him the whole game from how close I am. It's going to be epic.
It happens.
And all the while, I'll be drinking Coors Light.
You might be getting Mr. Krabs Arcade behind you in the stands.
Bro,
You're going to have to be able to capture.
I got to show y'all this.
If they're
I hope
low
I
on
got it.
footage of the game, it's because Neely's just trying to get me Mr. Krabs mode.
No,
Anyways,
dig this. Go, keep going. I got to show y'all.
I'll be crushing Coors Lights in the stadium. And when you are trying to chill, you got to hit up Coors Light.
Yeah.
You got to, because it's the best. It's made to chill. And the cans even tell you when it's ice cold and ready to go. The mountains turn blue. So
You need a can that tells you when it's been in Jake's backpack too long.
yeah, that's true.
Coors, get on that
Turns
for us.
black if you just that. Just the mountains are just completely dark. Anyways, go to CoorsLight.com/DNVR and you can get it delivered straight to your door with Instacart.
So check this out.
CoorsLight.com/DNVR.
Shout out Coors Light.
I want you to understand that you're not the only Mr. Krabs. Wait, where you go? Chris Evans. Because I was about to talk about him.
Where'd he go?
Look at this
He's
picture.
back there.
Look at this
Come here.
picture.
Oh my God.
He went into full Mr. Krabs mode just like you did.
I respect that about
When
him.
is this?
This is about 2 or 3 Jackson State
It's like,
homecomings
it
ago.
won't focus, will it?
Neely has something to say to you.
Hold on. RG's going to try and get it on the camera
Yeah,
for
put the
everyone.
headset on, man. Since you're here. Matter of fact, we can. You don't hurt yourself on the phone. Yeah.
Can you unmute it, Melissa?
We don't have that kind of liability.
Y'all get insurance like that?
Melissa, can you unmute him?
So one, this is a guy who has been to Folsom, right? But he flew to Arizona to come to a game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that just lets you know the prime effect. We often tease RK about a Mr. Crab moment he had where he was all dizzy, and then I found that picture.
You did wrong.
that I didn't want to think he was the only one in the world who had one of those moments where everything just like
It got blurry on you.
Yes, sir. That's just how you know you're having a good time.
Hey, bro.
Is that the type of Evans we're getting tomorrow at the game?
Probably so. I'm not going to be. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not. I asked Neely. I said, "Is Evans gonna be working with you down on the field?" He's like, "Nah, he's just going for
him and
fun."
his
I was
bros,
like,
man.
"Oh, that's
Yeah.
gonna be a time."
Got my brothers actually live in Phoenix, so I'm messing with them. So yeah, we'll be there tomorrow.
Let's go, man.
Another
Let's go.
capacity. We'll be at the tailgate tomorrow.
so.
Hell yeah.
So
Let's go.
as a fan following the Buffs, what do you think about this team, where they are and where they're headed?
Definitely headed to a bowl game. So
I like that.
yeah,
Short and sweet.
Hey, that's just straight to the point. That's what's going on with that.
All right.
Yeah.
We need 2 more wins to go to bowl game.
Yep.
Coach Prime said the goal 1 was to take Miss Peggy to a bowl game and then go to playing the Big 12 championship.
Well, we can get both by the next bye.
See, and then we're gonna all be like this.
That's the goal.
Oh, that's going to be
the
bye
goal.
week. That's going to be everyone during the bye week.
That's the goal.
We want to bring you on, man, because I didn't want to talk behind your back.
I appreciate it. You're a straight up type
I'm
of guy.
straight up
man.
type of guy.
Straight up type
man.
of guy.
Like,
You always
standing
done
over
it.
there, like, no, I can't show this and not show him not in Mr.
Right.
Crab.
I wouldn't want to get home and somebody say, "Hey man, Neely had you on
Exactly.
thing and talk about it."
let them see you, the real you, and then they got the real you too. So
Okay.
yeah.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you,
Appreciate
Evan.
it.
man.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
See y'all tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Give me some.
So if this guy can come from Memphis to Phoenix to go to the DNVR tailgate, what are you thinking if you're in Phoenix or Tucson? You got to get up and go.
I'm pretty sure the entire Tucson, I don't know, is it a metro area, is going
It's
to be
metro-ish.
at the tailgate tomorrow.
Yeah.
We've got a crazy amount of Buffs fans coming through.
Yeah. So we do have some other guests lined up for this live broadcast, but the team meeting just started. So when they start flowing back out of that, somebody's going to get in the hot seat with us. But until then, it's your 3 favorites.
Let's debrief the trip then so far.
Well, also, we have one in the bag that we can play
We
at
do
any
have
point.
one in the back.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, that's right.
Should we do it? Are we ready?
Let's tease it for a second.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you want to debrief?
The trip.
Lead us
No,
off.
start us off, yeah.
How's it been for you guys?
No,
What'd you
we
guys
don't-
think of Albuquerque?
This ain't an interview.
We need to know the Jake version because you went from riding high to cranky Jake to riding high again to cranky Jake. Like,
It was a roller coaster.
What?
Jake, are you disagreeing with this?
I don't even know what's happening right now. I wanted to ask you guys about Albuquerque.
We loved Albuquerque.
Yeah, Albuquerque's
legitimately.
cool, man. You picked a good spot. You know, you love a place like that, like gravel parking lot. You know,
That's literally my favorite
Yeah.
type of place.
the menu is on dry eraser board and it's not in a straight line. Like that's what you look for. It gave you everything you needed.
Food was unbelievable.
They almost locked us in there last night.
They
No,
did,
it
yeah.
wasn't almost.
And that's another sign that you had a good time.
Yeah, they straight up locked us in there.
All of a sudden, you look around, there's
And
no one
then-
there, the door's locked.
You want to go to the places where this is a compliment, so hear me out. You want to go to the places where the customer service is not just above standard. Because when we told them they locked us out, they're like, "We're just around."
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm like, "No, come open the gate." Like, no, walk around. We're closed. You're like, "Yes, this is a good place."
Then we hit up a little bar after it, watched the rest of the Broncos game. How could you complain about a Broncos win?
I didn't complain about a Broncos win.
That was a figure of speech.
Oh, so you're allowed to do figures of speech, but I'm not.
Why aren't you allowed to do figures of speech?
I don't know. I can't say anything without getting attacked.
Oh, my God, bro. Oh, man. Anyways,
Shout
thanks
out
for
to
showing
Kenny,
us a good
Kenny
time in
Highways
Albuquerque.
for getting us
You're
here.
welcome.
Your friends were cool, too.
Thank you. Shout out,
you
Richard.
get to relax on the bus, play video games. You guys were back there getting your college sports on. I'm DJing up front. Just chill ride, man.
Elite new thing we learned about the bus today. You turn all the lights off, close all the blinds. You can literally make it completely pitch black in there. And everyone just passed out for like the first 2.5 hours of the trip. It was epic.
I had such a great nap.
Yeah, dude, me too.
It was so good.
I was having dreams.
Really?
That's when you know you sleep.
Yeah, I was all the way out.
When you can dream.
All right. Anything else? Getting this show up and running was
Today's been
an
a day.
adventure.
Since
If
we've
people
arrived in
only knew.
Tucson.
Yeah. Yeah, if people only knew what it took for us to be right here live.
Yep.
Yep.
Like, it took a lot.
Also,
happen,
we
though.
were told by someone that we're not allowed to do this right here.
Yeah, and, you know, because we're envelope pushers and we test limits, technically he said that side because someone was using that over there.
Yep.
And we're right up against the border. We're on our side.
We're right up against the border in more ways than one.
Yeah, a lot of ways.
Yep. We'll have restaurant reviews, all that stuff coming out.
Yep.
We'll have a Sunday sleeper show. We'll have a bus tour or a bus feature.
Yep.
Lots going on.
Live from the well, not live from the tailgate tomorrow, but we'll have content from the tailgate tomorrow. RC's been killing it.
Of course he has.
First trip on the bus with us.
Yep.
Delivering the content.
And if you're keeping up,
He took an epic loss to me in CFB 25 today.
we have an RC,
That
a
was
RG,
rough.
and an RK on the same bus.
Yeah, we have 3 Ryans.
That hadn't happened anywhere in the world.
It's honestly too much, if I'm being completely honest, but it is what it is.
It is.
Do you want to
Jake.
explain what?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, do you want to explain what happened in that college football game?
I'll keep it brief because most people don't care, but it was pretty funny. RC picked Alabama, kind of a lame move. Everyone knows I only play with Colorado. So it was Colorado versus Alabama. His pressure was getting to me on literally every single play. I was just snapping the ball and getting sacked. I threw 2 pick sixes. That was the only points he had scored for the first 3 quarters. In the fourth quarter, he goes up 21-0.
Mm-hmm.
I have the ball with like 2 minutes left. With a minute 21, I make it 21-6. I go for 2, make it 21-8, put a little pressure on him. Onside kick, fumble. He recovers it. Next, like 2 plays later, pick 6. Now it's 21-15. Onside kick, fumble. He recovers the fumble again. At this point, I'm losing my mind. I went like goal line defense and just let him score over the top. So now I got the ball back. I scored again, long touchdown to Travis Hunter. Onside kick, fumble. This time I get it. So 3 in a row somehow. He recovered the onside kick and then fumbled it. And then I had like 40 yards to go with 6 seconds left. Shedeur takes the snap, rolls out left, looks downfield, finds LeJontay Wester. Where have you heard this before? In the end zone.
As time expires.
Walk off, time expire, touchdown.
Yep.
RC's head was in his hands for about the next 10 minutes.
It was a great game. I had a lot of fun watching it.
He helped you, though.
He helped me a lot. He could have needed out. He could have needed out. He kept checking it.
Yeah.
Which is honorable.
He wanted it to happen.
He didn't want it to happen, but he didn't want to go down. You know, he didn't want it to look like he really wanted to win.
Yeah.
So he's like kneeing it out. You know, got to respect it.
Knee it out next time. It's called victory formation. Get in it.
All right.
So tomorrow, big game for us.
Yeah.
You've been here before, right, to the stadium?
I haven't been to this stadium. I've been to the
Okay.
basketball stadium.
Okay. So what kind of atmosphere is this team walking into tomorrow? Best you can.
Colorado State with different colors.
Let's go.
I love it.
I mean, that's what it is. The basketball stadium, now that's an atmosphere.
Yeah.
They love their college basketball down here, but their football team, I'll just put it this way. I know this for a fact. They sold more basketball season tickets than football season tickets. Mind you, basketball stadiums hold about 10,000. This football stadium holds over 40.
It's closer to Folsom's capacity.
Yeah, so 50.
Mm-hmm.
They have 5 times as many tickets available. They sold more basketball season tickets.
Yep. And also the walk-up recruit tickets are once again sold out for a Colorado road game.
Now, why would that be, Jake?
Because they want to come see the show.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. I
Happens everywhere we go.
Yes, sir.
And we can only hope that the result is like it was at UCF, where they sold out the stadium, sold out the recruit section.
And CCU the first year.
And then all of a sudden, the recruits are flipping to Colorado.
Yeah. Yeah. If you invite your recruits when you play Colorado, you're going to have a bad time.
And, I mean, they made it their homecoming game. Now, some people have asked me, like, is that disrespectful? I don't think so. I don't think they made it the homecoming game because they're like, we're going to win this easily. That's like an old kind of – I think they made it the homecoming game because they knew people would want to come.
Yeah, the economics of it.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so now they got a sold-out stadium. They're only of the season.
Mm-hmm. No, back in the day, that wasn't an insult, but now it's about the economy. You want to make your homecoming where it stopped billing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right. Shall we take a break?
Sure. And then we get to SAP?
Then we can do SAP, and then we have to do prime players too.
Yep.
All right.
And by that time, those doors should open down there.
Exactly. Shout out to our friends.
You're nailing it.
I know what I'm doing.
This ain't your first live show.
No. Shout out to our friends at Sleeper, the best fantasy app.
Don't
out
sleep
there.
on Sleeper.
Don't sleep on Sleeper. We'll talk about sleep a bit later too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You
But,
sleep on sleep, but we don't sleep on sleeper.
Nah, I got great sleep.
Okay.
Back to Sleeper.
Back to Sleeper, the best fantasy football app out there. You can also do Sleeper picks on there, build a combo, more or less than yards, anytime touchdowns, all kinds of stuff like that. If you think you have what it takes, download the Sleeper app. Use the code BUFFS, BUFFS, to get up to a $100 match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states. Check out Sleeper today.
Also, shout out to Promotico, the wonderful folks who put together that incredible bus that you see us rolling around in.
Tags in New Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was people just being like, oh, my God, you guys know Jake? I love it here. It was awesome. So, anyways, shout out Promotico. They are best in the biz as far as I'm concerned. The wrap that they put on that thing was absolutely beautiful. Our driver, Kenny Highways, has done a great job. He knows how to drive that thing, man.
He drives it like he's owned it for 10 years already.
Yeah, he does. He does. Yesterday when we were going into our Airbnb, bro, he whipped it around a corner that, like, I was like, does this man think he's driving a Porsche? It was crazy, but he's good at it. Anyway, shout out Promotico. Go to Promotico.net if you're looking to do anything like what we're doing, or you can call 678-208-3436 or find them on Facebook to learn more.
Love it.
Shout out Promotico.
I can't wait till like some sick up-and-coming band shows us their bus that they got through Promotico.
Hell yeah.
Because they heard about it on this show.
Can't wait.
And it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Bank it. All right, do we want to do prime players or do we want to do the Coach Sapp interview?
Let's do prime.
Let's get to Coach Sapp. We've teased it enough.
All right.
That's why I want to tease him a little more.
I feel like I used to hate when I was a kid. I didn't know how it worked. I didn't know that always the sports segment on the news was the last one. So they'd always be like, coming up, John Elway had a crazy quote today. And I'm like, oh, my God. And then at every break, they'd be like, and you still got to hear this quote from John Elway. And I'm like, when is it going to happen? So I don't want to do that to the people.
They do that with the Santa Claus tracker, too.
Santa Claus tracker goes hard.
It goes, but you're going to sit there if you want to know where Santa Claus is right now.
So we're not going to wait until the last segment we do on the news. We'll give you
I didn't want to do it last,
all right.
but, I just wanted to milk it a little bit more.
This was epic, by the way.
Yep. We met up with Coach Sapp in the hotel lobby.
And he was Coach Sapp.
Here it is.
Hey, we are coming to you from the lobby of the Team Hotel in Tucson, Arizona. You got the pregame show. You got DNVR Bus. Put that together. You got the DNVR Bus pregame show. Like I said that fast. Most importantly, we got the Hall of Famer Warren Sapp with us.
How y'all doing?
Coach, when you look at the preparations for this D-line and this defense that you traveled to Arizona with, talk about the build-up to get here.
This week will define our football season. We 4-2 last year. Can't take off and go where we need to go. And it's the men that with me is going to get it done. So I put it on them this week. It's on y'all. What do y'all want? My trophy, my championships ain't going to get tarnished. What y'all want? I put it on them this week. What do you want? I like what I saw.
Coach, just so many young guys really emerging for you guys on the defensive line. Samuel Kalola and Quinn Barnes. Just what's it been like to see those young guys really come up and make plays?
Well, it's all of them because we're not just one guy. We're unit. And we try to live that way like a wild pack. And I tell them all the time, I'm just spreading seeds and watering and flowering. And hopefully something come out of the ground. And I always tell them sacks come in bunches. So let's just keep hunting and keep hunting as a group. And every guy's going to get his opportunity to play and shine for us.
You talk a lot about earning the right to rush the passer, but you guys have gone against like 6 straight teams that are run-first teams. This is kind of the first team that you guys are going against that likely is a pass-first team. From a pass rusher mindset, does that unlock something new, or is it the same approach?
No, it's stop the run first. Easiest thing for you to do is turn around and hand the ball off. You can do that. See what I'm saying? Neely can even do it. I can do it at 51. You know what I'm saying? Just turn and hand it off. So first thing is to turn them into a one-dimensional team and then mount that rush after them because a little 5'10" guy, we're going to see how you like big boys in his face.
Coach, we had one loss early in the season against Nebraska. We have another loss since Kansas State. The Nebraska loss really woke this team up and energized something special. I saw some similar stuff this week with the guys being dialed in, taking accountability. Every group was blaming themselves for the loss instead of pointing fingers.
Yep, no, that's a beautiful thing that we had. Everybody took accountability for what they did in that football game and then looked to this week for us to rebound. And I'm telling you, I like what I saw all week long. I loved it.
Coach, just what have you seen from Arizona in the film so far? What just stood out to you about them, watching them?
I don't give a damn about Arizona. It's about us.
Thanks, Coach.
That was the Hall of Famer, Warren Sapp. What about that walk-off?
Yeah. I mean, I just ask questions and I get yelled at these days.
Oh,
so
my God, bro. Why are you so dramatic?
Oh, now I'm dramatic. Here we go, guys. Here we go.
It's dramatic.
All right.
No,
I was defending you.
You know he didn't mean it that way.
I know.
Sapp is a big kid, man, loves playing, winked when he did it, made for great TV. He's like Coach Prime. He understands production, but more than production of television, he understands production from a D-line standpoint. And he understands that even though this is going to be a passing team compared to the running quarterbacks teams we faced, we still got to stop the run. We still have to be a consistent D-line up front.
Last week when we got to the stadium at Folsom and I walked down the stairs to get on the field for pregame, like an hour and a half before, Coach Sapp was warming up with like the D linemen right in the corner, like where Kansas State's like coming onto the field. I just stood there for like 5 minutes and just listened.
Yep.
It's great teaching going on, man. It's great teaching.
It's more than teaching.
Great coaching. Like this dude brings it, and it's and he's said this time and time again. When the game starts, though, he's like, I've done all I can do. When the game starts, is on them.
It kind of reminds me of Coach Brew, because that's how he was.
Yeah.
Hayes in the barn.
Yep.
Sapp, Hall of Famer. 2 Hall of Famers on this staff. One being the head coach. You go to UCF, there are like 5 Hall of Famers on the sideline. Where else in America in college football do you get that?
Literally nowhere. It's not even a debatable thing.
On the prime players?
By the way, really quick, when all the players are back here talking and chattering, it felt so loud, and I felt comfortable speaking loudly. Now it's like so quiet in here. I'm like, am I being really loud? Is my
you
voice
think you're
echoing?
loud, but it's really just a – Sam will tell if we was loud, and I just said his name and he didn't look up. So
fair enough.
All right, to prime players we go.
Yep.
Well, we all picked the same offensive player.
Which, by
Who
the
wants
way,
to go first?
I picked Wester, so if y'all picked the same, that means we all picked Wester.
We all picked independently.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
I feel like that's the most authentic way to do it.
Yeah.
Because if I'm like, oh, well, I wanted Wester, but he picked Wester, and then I pick Shepard, and then he's like, oh, I wanted Wester, and you're down to your third guy. No, everyone submits their picks separately. We all happen to pick LeJohntay Wester. I think that says something.
Yes.
Yeah, and I tell you why I picked him. I think that this defense is much like ours, which is a defense that Shedeur practices against every day. Wester practices against every day. Back is going to take a lot of attention. Will Shepard also does his thing. But I think matchup-wise, particularly something like a deep post, I think these safeties for Arizona can be exploited. And I think Wester is the guy that's going to do it.
Yeah, the reason I went with LeJohntay is because Arizona's depth is going to be tested in the secondary this weekend. They have some guys who are banged up. We don't know if their best player in that defensive backfield is going to play in Takario Davis. And if he does, I'm assuming he's going to be matching up Travis Hunter a lot.
Yeah.
So I think it's up to the guys like LeJohntay, Will Shepard, Jimmy, down the list. I mean, on and on and on. Like, it's up to those guys to make big plays and really kind of keep things going in the passing game. So that's exactly why I picked LeJohntay.
I picked LeJohntay for all of the reasons you guys said, and no matter how close to 100% Travis is, which we don't know how close he is, I think that a game after he gets banged up like that, you're going to want to – I guess you're not going to force-feed him the ball quite the way that you might before. Mm-hmm. And I think in this game, you have a huge opportunity to use Travis as a magnet. Mm-hmm. Pull away defenders and use him – to set up someone like LeJohntay, who works so good underneath, to just rack up catches. I think this could be a 13-14 catch game for LeJohntay Wester.
Yep.
I like that. I like how you derived that conclusion as well.
Yep. Thank
you. And I say this to the fans who may have taken a deep breath and you said Travis is not 100%. This is week 6 in college football. No player is feeling 100%.
Yes.
The best guy on the team, something is aching. The 3 of us sitting here now, something is hurting. That's just college football.
Oh, yeah. Someone in the comments said RK went with LeJohntay because he made that catch for him in CFB today.
Probably.
Well,
which it might have been why he was on my mind.
You did pick after.
And he had like 7 catches for 127 yards in that game. So.
All right, RK and I have the same defensive player, so Unc, tell us why you picked Bent.
I went Bent at linebacker because I just need the linebackers to have a big game this weekend. I think that as a unit – there's a lot of blame to go around, don't get me wrong. But as a unit, the linebacker core last week with some missed assignments, some missed tackles, I think that this is the week they turn it around. I think Bentley is the guy to turn it around. And I'm even going to say not only am I getting him as defensive player of the game, I think he's going to get a pick.
All right.
Love that.
Love it. We went with Cam Silman Craig, and I'm
never go wrong with that choice.
That's exactly it. I'm at the point now where it's like, why not?
Yeah. Let me tell you this.
He's been the best player on this
Before
defense.
You explain your position.
Yeah.
We're about a game away from Calvin, Sim, and Craig being with Shador and Travis, and that you can't pick them.
Yeah.
The untouchable range.
It's getting there.
Yeah. He's that dude, man. Great pick.
My thing is there's a lot of players who probably aren't happy with the way they played last week. And I think Cam was one of them. Mm-hmm. And if I had to bet on who is going to make sure that doesn't happen 2 weeks in a row, there's a lot of guys I would. But the number one guy I would bet on to make sure that he's not feeling that way 2 weeks in a row is Cam Craig.
Love it. Love it.
Sleepers.
Love it.
Who wants to go first?
Sleeper, I went with the brother of the offensive player. I'm going Wester at linebacker. And the reason being, I think that there's going to be an opportunity where either Bentley or Nikhil Green come out of the game and Wester goes in. Mm-hmm. And he is wired. We've seen this happen this season. He is wired to make the most of an opportunity.
Yep.
So if he gets out there and gets a chance, I think you can expect a big play from him. So I went with linebacker Wester for sleeper.
I went with Tajay McCoy.
Nice.
When we previewed this team on Wednesday, talking about what we saw from Arizona, they do a lot of RPO. And Fafita is mobile. He's going to be more mobile than people give him credit for, and he likes to do what Shador does, which is spin out the pocket and try and make plays, along the sidelines. And Tajay has just been awesome all year. I mean, going back to the open practice that we had in Denver. So I think this is I think he kind of broke out last week. I mean, 2 sacks, right?
You know
UCF.
You know ball, and you get to see a lot of the things that people don't get to see. Other than Cameron, Silver, and Craig, Tajay McCoy is probably the other most consistent player on the team. Like, you know what you're going to get from him. There's no up and down. It's just always up. I like that pick.
He's awesome, man.
I went with Colton Hood. We talk a lot. I think actually Warren Sapp said it, but all these guys have said it. Sacks come in bunches.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think picks come in bunches too.
Love it.
And they can. And sometimes the ball's just finding you. And certainly on that play, the ball found Colton. He knew what to do with it once he had it in his hands. And I think he's going to get his opportunities tomorrow. He certainly has earned them.
Let me tell you how much you guys know ball and how good you guys are at explaining ball that you know. It almost makes me go, damn, I should have picked him. Because the logic behind your pick, the thought the process behind your pick, it all makes sense. Like, this is not just, let me think, I think this is going to happen. It's based on scheme. It's based on matchup. It's based on what's at stake. You can see what you're calling to happen.
Yep.
I mean, you've had multiple great picks too, though. Come on, you know ball.
Well, you got 3 people know ball here. No Diddy.
Great picks come in bunches.
That is true.
Great picks do come.
A wise man once said.
Look at D-Lou back there. What's going on, fam? You good? Wait, you know what, D-Lou? Why don't you sit right here a second for me? Yeah, you did. You walked up. Now you got to put the headphones on.
Left defensive line coach Damione Lewis joining the show.
You walked right into it.
You sounding good?
Yeah, put it down just a little bit. You sounding great.
What's up, coach?
Hey, how we doing?
What's going on, Coach?
Chilling, man.
Man, we were just sitting here talking ball.
Okay.
And we were talking about coming off of last week and going into this game. What have you seen from your D-line in practice this week that gives you that I know we coming in here ready to play?
Just a high-intensity level of practice. I think they did a great job prepping for the game. Guys working together, and it's been a journey getting there where everybody's hitting on the same cylinder, and it feels that way in the run game and in the pass game. 3 techniques have been blowing up the field, setting the edges. Chidoza's doing a great job inside, flattening things out and coming off blocks. The edge guys are doing a good job of getting knocked back. It's been amazing. It's a really good week of preparation.
Great.
First of all, I just want to say thank you because one of the things we always like to say to each other when we're going on these trips is lock in. And then Neely once sent us a clip of you, which added a couple words. And now we use that one instead. That's LTFI. That's just what we text. LTFI.
Yeah, I say it. It's locked the fuck in.
On that note, you have a very passionate coaching style with these guys. Where does that come from, and why do you think that is your style for coaching these guys?
This has just been my love for the game. It just comes from within. I coach with passion. I do everything I do with passion. If I'm not in it, I'm not doing it. So football is life to me. It is my air, it's what I breathe. I love this game, and I just want to pass on the knowledge that I've gained over the years from playing and coaching to these guys so they can reach their potential. For me, for these young guys going out, some of these guys got opportunities to go play on Sunday. I'm going to try to give them everything I can to get them not only be able to go play on Sunday, but be productive when they get there. So that's my drive to do this. Just guys doing the best they can and putting out a better product every time they get out on the field.
Coach, last year you weren't here, but we had the edges and the tackles in different rooms. Now you guys are all together, and it's you, Dancy, and Sapp. Just what has that been like? Everyone all together, just the collaborative process.
So everybody hears a message, so I don't have to go say something to Arden that I said to Jadozi or something like that, and we see each other's work. We see how we do things right. We see how we do things wrong, and it also holds everybody accountable. Now there's times where Dancy goes and he does take the guys to the defensive ends room. But for the most part, we're usually in there together, especially when it comes time to watch practice and watch the game, Tuesday's preparation for the game coming up. We're always in there together as we're doing our installs and stuff like that. So it just keeps everybody on the same page, keep everybody on one heartbeat, one sound, and I feel like it's just a better way to reach the guys so everybody in the room understands what each other's job is, how we work together, how we play together, the responsibilities that we have to take on, and just being able to go out and execute and understanding that.
I think for that to work, though, it's really important, the relationship between the three of you guys. How is that relationship?
Oh, it's absolutely nuts up in that room, man. I know Coach Prime likes to zoom into the room because he's going to get something funny. We go hard every day. I wake up every morning. I get up, I drink me a little energy drink, my little Spark, and by 7 o'clock, I'm on, and I'm all the way on. So I live on 12.
when you talked about getting these guys going and motivated to play on Sundays as you did, you have something. Tell y'all a little about this guy. Tell the audience about this guy. He has something that he does every day that gets him going, and that's music.
Oh, yeah.
He loves music. Like, he is going to get amped up. Talk about the importance of, setting your tone in your day to go get them ready when you're picking your playlist in the morning.
Coach, I'm a morning person, so I wake up on joy. But sometimes joy comes a little bit later than I want it to. So, I get in there, get the music pumping. I know you right across the way from me, and next thing you know, I got the music in there banging. It's loud, the door open, just being disrespectful.
It's very disrespectful. It is not a workplace environment.
It's 6:15 in the morning, and we wide open. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, so wait, what's our song? Like tomorrow morning, I'm going to wake up, try to get jazzed for game day. What do I need to throw on?
Man, look here, man. It might be some Rick Ross. It might be some T.I. It might be some Trick Daddy. I don't know. It just depends on what I feel. It's going to be some hip-hop, though, and it's going to be a banger.
But I tell you this now. He ain't lying. You might walk into some Trick Daddy, some Let's Go, and then after lunch you hear some Earth, Wind, and Fire.
I'm bring it on down. Hey, my favorite is the Afro beats. I jump on that Afro beats real quick, man, trying to calm it down. Come on down, big fella. Come on down.
Coach, before you wrap out there, man, give us a couple of keys to the team victory that the defensive line is going to have to be responsible for us to get out of here with a win.
I think the front six, so the D-line and the linebackers have to play on the same accord to get the run stop. Last week we really struggled in that. We had some misfits. We had some guys out of the gap and stuff like that, and just created big explosive runs. The other thing is tackling. We had a ton of missed tackles last week. You got two type of teams that comes off of bye weeks. Ones that come off accelerating on the gas, and ones that kind of sputter. And I think we sputtered last week. We kind of got out of rhythm, had the week off, and we didn't play nearly to the performance or to the level we've been playing since we came out of the Nebraska game. So it's just being prepped, being locked in, and just understanding that things are going to feel a little different because you've had a bye week. But that's where the work comes in. That's where the preparation comes in. That's where the mindset of a game on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday's preparation gets you ready to go on Saturday. And this week, I think we got back to where we're supposed to be in the middle of preparation for the game.
Love it.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate you, Coach.
I appreciate you
you stopping by, man. Let's get them tomorrow.
Anytime, my boy.
Hey, we are going to lock the TF in.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
That is D-Lou, baby.
Yep.
That was awesome.
Let me tell y'all this, because a lot of people, you have generational age gaps. A lot of people they know ball from when they were watching Damione Lewis.
Yep.
Go look at the U, Miami University, when he was on that D-line. Look at where he got drafted, what he did in the league, and that's a guy that you have coaching on the staff. I know he doesn't have the gold jacket yet, and a lot of people look at the Sapp and the Primes as you should. But when you go watch what this guy did in college when he did in the league, you got a guy teaching who has been there and done that.
I mean, that energy that you just saw and him talking about his love for the game really shines through in the way he plays. He, just like Coach Sapp, 12th overall pick.
Yeah, 12th overall.
Those are the type of guys that I would want to play for, man. That energy, that just passion, intensity, that's what it's all about. That's what this game is about, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
And we get to see a lot of Coach Lou on the field. That was great, though. Getting to see the way that he is like that. And that gives you a whole new understanding of why his guys play for him and in that group so well, because like, you know, he's fired up out there
all the time.
He is on those guys, making sure they're giving their best at all times. But you can tell that is an incredibly likable guy.
I think that's well said the way you frame that, because whether you're watching Well Off, Reach the People, the pregame show, hell, you know, Prime documentaries coming out, you can get somebody in a sound bite and think one thing of them, because he's in your face when he coaches. But it's in your face from love. It's in your face from passion. It's in your face because I know what it takes to get there, and I know it's in you, and I got to bring it out of you.
Yep.
All right, let's take our final break. What do you love?
It's Toyota, man.
I love my Toyota, man.
Do you
I
miss it
absolutely
right now?
love my Toyota. I do miss it. You know, I was thinking next year
Okay.
we just get a hitch.
Oh, yeah.
Bring the
So you can
Toyota.
bring your Toyota?
Yeah, bring the Toyota. We bring the Toyota with.
I love it.
And then when we you know, touch down in these places, because it's hard to like.
This would save so many issues.
I know, because it's hard to like ask Kenny Highways like, hey, can you give us a ride to dinner?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because
Like,
the bus don't navigate dinner parking lots. Like, you got to switch to a car.
exactly. So we bring the Toyota next
love
year
that.
on the hitch, and then we're mobile right when we touch down in the city we're going to.
You love
This
your
guy's
Toyota.
brain, man.
Because he
I mean,
loves it.
when you love your
That's
Toyota,
an idea out of love.
Exactly. Like, you know, I'm trying to figure out ways to get Allie here, and I'm trying to figure out ways to get my Toyota here.
I think the motion sickness might still kick in if she rode in the Toyota on the hitch, though. Not that
Maybe
you were
not.
suggesting.
Maybe not.
Wow.
Maybe not. Anyways,
Solving
for
all
2
of our
hours?
problems.
it would be hilarious if we were just in there watching YouTube playing video games. Allie's just sitting in the car behind. Anyways, visit a Front Range Toyota store at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of CU Athletics and the official vehicle of DNVR.
And then shout out to our friends at UC Health as well, with Coach Prime as the Chief Motivation Officer of the Ready, Set, Coach Challenge to get Colorado back to its rightful place as the healthiest state in the country. Big emphasis on sleep.
Sleep matters, man.
Sleep can be few and far between for us on these trips, but
Got to find a way.
we're gonna get a great night. I'm gonna feel it at least. I'm gonna get 10 hours maybe tonight.
Wow.
I feel it for
I'm
you.
ready.
I love it for you.
I'm coming for downtown Tucson.
Well, see, now
I'm
you
sleeping
throw
on
that
sleep
out.
tonight.
I might be sleeping on sleep too. Then. But you guys
Let's
don't sleep on
go.
sleep. And if you want to join UC Health's Ready, Set, Coach Challenge, click the link in the show notes or go to www.uchealth.org/readysetco.
Hey, you know how Coach Prime is using his leadership for a healthy Colorado?
Yes.
You know, sleep matters. We got a leadership development coach here. You got to put those on for us.
Coach George Hegamin joining the show.
Coach George,
Gentlemen,
how you making it, brother?
I'm doing well. How
Welcome
are you?
to the DNVR Pregame Show.
Okay.
How's the team looking, man, from the leadership standpoint?
You know, I always think positively about where we are. I think our guys are starting to get to a point where they're starting to figure out what their true identity is. You know, one of the things that we talked about tonight and leading up tonight is figuring out who that is and sticking to it, right? So I think what we're starting to see is our guys figure out who they are, stick to it, and then start building on that. So we're good at this point.
You obviously had a good thing going down in Florida before you came here. What made you decide to come join this staff?
So describe a good thing. What's a good thing to you?
I mean, I don't know. It seems like a super successful program down there. A lot of good players coming through.
Yeah. So yes, it was good, but you know, like all things, everything comes to an end. Yeah. But here's the biggest thing is, like, I'm doing exactly what I want to do with the people that I love doing it with for the people I'm doing it for, right? So with that being said, I can't imagine being anywhere else doing exactly what I'm doing other than here right now.
I love that.
Yeah.
How's it been in Boulder?
Man, you know what? It's been interesting. It's been interesting because I don't spend a lot of time in Boulder other than when I'm on campus. I live really close, like in Broomfield, so I'm 15 minutes from garage to garage. My garage to the school's garage, and that's about all I do.
I mean, there's a lot of work in football, huh?
Yes, it's not just a lot of work. Like, this is family.
Yeah.
Right? So when you're around family, you want to be around family. That's how I consider everybody that's on staff that I've either worked with, you know, for years. Like, I got 30-year relationships with guys. Yeah. Coach Prime. 25, 26-year relationships with guys like Coach Hart and Coach Mathis and Reg Calhoun, different guys. And I'm getting new family, like with Chaney and with Ty and all these different people that I'm working with. big tie and little tie. Right? We got 2 ties. Right? Everybody got a tie. But no, it's great, man. I think that's the thing. When you can do the thing that you love doing with people that you love, it makes it that much better.
So, Coach, what does a director of leadership and engagement do on a day-to-day basis for the team?
Talk to you guys when I get an opportunity. No, honestly, the thing that I try to focus on is being that ancillary piece that everybody needs, whatever it might be, right? So it's not just leadership. It's not just engagement. It's really just trying to fit in wherever I can and applying whatever I know to whomever needs it, right? That makes sense. So the biggest thing is every team is different, every guy is different, every group is different, every position is different, every week is different. So my job is to try to come in, try to figure out what that it is that everybody needs and just supply it.
Yeah. And one of those things that you have been able to, do some advice and counsel on, coming from your personal experience, having played O-line, the Cowboys, went to the Eagles, so on and so forth, and coincidentally, we're there when Coach Phil Lodo was interviewing with Coach Brian.
Yep.
You're able to also put your fingerprints on that offensive line. Talk about the growth now that we're at the midway point of the season from fall camp to now that you've seen out of these guys and how they change in or out.
Yeah, so the growth has been important. It's been one of those things where it doesn't matter, and I've always said this, I'll always take 5 to 7 guys that have worked together for a year rather than 5 to 7 Pro Bowlers. And reason being is because you have to have cohesiveness. If you don't have that, it's really tough to be good consistently. What we're starting to see now is those 5 to 7 guys in the rotation that have worked together, that understands what Coach Loho wants, what he demands, I should say. Yeah. And then on top of that, understanding how to do it consistently. And it's starting to pay off for us.
I would rather have, I want to double down on something. I would rather have 5 to 7 guys who played together a year than 5 to 7 Pro Bowlers who haven't played together at all.
Yeah.
Like, you see how deep that is? Like, when you talk about unity and knowing each other and knowing each other's strengths and weaknesses?
Sure. One of the better things, and here's the one thing I will say. I know I have been spoiled most of my NFL career. Reason being is because when I walk into a Dallas Cowboys locker room back in the mid-'90s, I had 5 to 7 guys who had played together for a very long time, and they were Pro Bowlers, right? Yeah. So it was a double-edged sword, if you will. That doesn't happen a lot. And if you look at most of the teams, whether it's high school, whether it's college, whether it's pro, and they're doing something consistently very well on offense, guarantee you can look up front and see those are guys that played together for a while.
Love it.
I feel like every time a team loses a game, it can go one of 2 ways. One, it can pull apart. Yeah. 2, it can, every guy can say, all right, I got to do my little bit more. And it felt like after the loss to Nebraska, everyone responded really well. Yeah. What have you seen from the team this week? Just
that. It's the responsiveness of what we understand that we didn't do well the previous week. That's another proponent of playing together for a while, right? Our receivers know what our line needs. Our line knows what our running backs need. Our coaches know what each other need. When you lose a game, the first thing you should do is make everyone reflective. Not point fingers, but be reflective of what is it that we could have done better. That was the immediate reaction that I saw. And then watching guys apply those things they didn't do well in practice to get better at it, that's when you start to know you have a team that's starting to come together, and that's where we are.
Coach, you mentioned those mid-'90s Cowboys teams. If someone went back in time and told you and then Deion Sanders that you guys would be here with this team right now, what would you have said back then?
You know what? The interesting thing is that he is the same person now that he was then, which is a person that pulls people together. Like from day one when he walked into our locker room, I was there a year. He came in 95. I thought it was going to be a terrible experience, just being totally honest with you. I didn't know him.
Yeah.
I knew who Mike was, Michael Irvin. I knew who Troy Aikman was. I knew who Emmitt Smith was. All huge personalities. We had just come off of 2 Super Bowls. So here comes Prime. He walks in the door, and immediately it just galvanizes everybody else. They had previous relationships that made them even stronger. And I can remember he kind of made a semi-speech to the team. He said, look, all I want to do is win. And then you think a guy might just be saying that, but all he did every single day was come in and show up and win by the way he practiced, by the way that he made friends with different people on the team like myself. And he was just a tutor a teacher, and more so a student of who you are and what it is that you need so we can be better, so we can win. Same person.
Profound. I got to tell y'all this, the audience, and you something.
Okay.
You talk about those 90s Cowboys.
Yeah.
Here's a fun fact. The first guest ever on the pregame show at Jackson State was Troy Aikman.
Wow.
First guest ever. Since that time, as a Cowboy fan, of course, I follow him.
Yeah.
If you follow Troy Aikman's Instagram account out there, he shares this guy's stuff like almost every other day and shouts out what a great person George is.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah, man.
From being teammates 25 years ago.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool, too, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm looking at it like I saw that quote somewhere before. I said, man, Troy Aikman is still like shouting this dude out, and the relationships that you and Coach Prime had, it all started there.
It did, and it was forged under fire.
Yeah.
The one thing I can tell you is that when I walked into that locker room from NC State in 1994, and I literally walked into a locker room of superstars, like I said, who just won 2 Super Bowls, and to see the work ethic that they had, the camaraderie that they had, and to see someone that does what they say they're going to do every single day changed me forever. It changed me forever because I'm watching these guys on TV, and I'm thinking, that's not achievable. And then the next thing I know, I'm in the locker room, and I'm like, okay, it has to be achievable because I'm here. And I can remember the very first day I'm there, Michael Irvin, his locker was about 3 lockers down from mine. He came to me and said, big fella, you are here to help us win. Period. Point blank, nothing else. If you're not here to help us win, you are not going to be here very long. And he got up and went and started doing some exercise or whatever. And he just left me in a daze for a minute because I realized, this is really not just a business, this is Super Bowl business.
Yeah.
So you talk about Troy, I can pretty much guarantee you that whatever he said he was going to do with somebody 5 minutes ago, he's doing it right now. Like, he was regimented. Like, if we had to be out in practice at 1:15, he would be out there at 1 o'clock every day. Yeah. So I just started watching guys like that and started doing what they were doing. Troy's there early, 15 minutes early. I'm there 15 minutes early. Michael Irvin's going to overwork himself. I'm going to overwork myself. Emmitt Smith's going to show up at 5:30 in the morning. Funny story. I used to try to beat, I think I told you the story. I used to try to beat him in the locker room to work out in the mornings. And it got so bad one day, like he got there he would be sweating by 5:30 in the morning. So I said, okay, I got to get here about 4:45, something like that. Get there 4:45. He's sweating at 4:45. I get there at 4:30. He's sweating at 4:30. So finally he said, Big George, you're not going to beat me in here, man. So what does that tell you? You a Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champion, MVP of the Super Bowl, is telling a rookie, second-year guy actually, listen, I don't care what you try to do. Like, I'm watching you.
Yeah.
And you're not going to beat me. And I never did.
Wow. That's unreal.
Unreal.
To take this back to a coaching perspective really quick, having seen that, knowing what it takes to be a champion, knowing what it takes for a team to come together like that, does that make it hard for you as a coach when you see players who aren't giving that?
Man, wow, loaded question. But here's the thing, right? I try very hard not to compare generations. The generation that I grew up in, it was literally tell me what you needed to tell me, and either I did it or I didn't. And that's what you stood on. Now, there is a such thing that when I was playing that didn't exist, there's this word called why that you can ask to an adult, and he's expected to explain that to you now. I couldn't think about asking Michael Irvin why. It was just do it. Now, it made sense, but when you think about it now, to answer your question, players are different. The way they think about the game is different. Now, the work is still the work. The grind is still the grind, right? What you need to put into it is still the same, but how you approach them and teach them and tutor them to do it has to be different. More so than anything else and any other time, you have to meet players where they are. If you're not doing that, you are missing. You are missing. But when you do that, and they know you're genuine by the way that you do that, that's when you reach them, that's when they turn the corner, that's when they get better.
Love it.
How cool is it to just see Michael Irvin and those guys kind of come back and hang around the program every now and then?
You're pretty good too. That's a pretty good question. You know, I love it because, again, if you see him now, that speaks to his genuineness, right? He's there because of the relationship he has with myself, Deion Sanders, and some of the kids, right? When you see guys come back and see what we're doing and be able to extend themselves in the way that they're extending themselves, it says a lot about the relationships that you develop with those types of people. But also, it gives our kids that even if they might not necessarily understand the relationship 100%, once you start talking to them, and then it gives you an opportunity to share certain stories with them about why we're so close, about why he's so intense, speaking of Michael Irvin on the sideline. He's intense like that because that is just how he's built, right?
Yeah.
He's just built that way. The reason why Coach Prime can be so genuine is because he's just built that way. Right, Troy Aikman is, as I'm telling you, you can set your clock by him. He's built that way. So when kids can see that, players can see that, it's something that they can take from and then add to whatever it is they're trying to do.
Love it. Love it.
Life lessons here today.
Yeah, man.
My man, Big George.
I appreciate you guys stopping me.
Oh man, appreciate you allowing us to stop you. Because
You were pretty good on here too, Coach.
Let me tell you what I did. I thought you were offering me a seat to just like chill out for a minute.
No.
So that's why I was on my
Gotta
phone.
set you up with
Then
the
all of a
headset
sudden,
here,
here he comes. He's like, "Look, you want to do a little interview? Here's the headphones." No, but I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Crushed it, Coach.
Love
Thank
what you guys do. I do. I watch you all the time.
I appreciate you.
Right? My daughter watches you. My son watches you. You guys do a great job. I love it. So thank you very much.
That means a lot.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much. Coach George Hegamin.
There's
That was
probably
awesome.
not a day that goes by, at least when we're on campus, I don't talk to George and he shares something that I never thought of. Like his books on the wall, intellectual leadership stuff, man. And a lot of times you walk by the office and you'll see a Shane Koch sitting in there, you know, which George doesn't coach defense. He coaches life. And you see guys just sitting there absorbing because he knows what it takes to be a pro. And one thing we got to do, I should have said this when he was sitting here. Next time we have him on, we have to get him to tell the story of how he left the Cowboys to go to the Eagles and how it happened, and it shouldn't have happened.
Absolutely.
It's a great story. It's a great life story.
Cannot wait to hear it.
I mean, just sitting here talking to him for, whatever that was, 15 minutes, you understand the value that he brings to this,
absolutely.
this team at the university. That
He's
is
in the building, man.
Special person right there.
Yep. It's awesome.
By the way, easily the most weight we have ever had on the show.
No, dude's
Warren
huge,
Sapp.
man.
No, not just him. Warren Sapp, Damian Lewis, and George Hegamin all in the same show.
Don't forget about Coach Flea, bro. Come on.
And Coach Flea. I'm just saying that was a show full of large humans.
Yep.
George is the biggest guy I know.
He might have the broadest shoulders I've ever seen in my life.
He's a big man. Yeah, he's a big man.
Yes, he is.
Like, you pulled me over here. No, we didn't pull you over here. We can't pull you
No
over
one could do that.
You go where you want to go.
Safe to say vibes are up then, huh?
Vibes are up, man.
Yes, sir.
Vibes are up. Team meeting's done and dessert carts rolling out, for the late night snack.
Good things come to those who wait.
Yep.
That goes for us and everyone who waited for the show to start.
Here's what I know. Another fun fact. It always works out.
Yep.
It does.
Like whenever we have to pivot to do these shows, whatever we have to pivot to works out better than what the plan was.
And we always somehow find a way to bring in new, interesting people.
Yeah, I love it.
That wouldn't have happened had we done it the original way.
Shout out to you, Unc.
Yeah,
it's a
thank you.
pivot, man. You know what? No, the real shout out, and she just happened to walk by. Big Ty.
Miss Ty, yeah.
Like she always helps us find a spot where something works and then offers us other spots.
Absolute legend.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I can report to everybody out there, because I know y'all have been interested when you keep up with the Pregame Show Network, it is officially medium single. It used to be little single, big six. It's so slow down on the DMs.
I would just like to say, as long as I keep
Hey, you got a mic right there.
I'm gonna end up being no single.
You got let's tell the people.
Let them know.
What we got here?
Hey people. So, as long as I keep receiving gifts like this, I'm gonna eventually be not single. But right now, I'm
big taken away, not single.
Right now, I am
big
medium.
taken, medium. Okay.
I'm medium. I'm like in the middle. I'm still
because every time we show you on the platform, the DMs just go wide open.
But you know what? Y'all people don't know how to act.
What do we do?
I think she's talking about men.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm hiding behind.
Well, we all know
when
that.
they slide in the DM, they don't know what to say. They say stuff like, "Can I say what they say?"
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know.
They say stuff like, "Damn, you fine."
That's a compliment.
That's a nice compliment.
No, you don't. You're supposed to say stuff like, "I really enjoy watching your content on Uncle Neely. I would love to take you out to dinner. I
hope
would
y'all
love
taking
to."
notes out there. She giving you a free game.
This is free
Yeah,
game.
not no damn you fine. I don't know nobody. Hey, but you know who you are.
Okay, you know who you are. Great job.
Yeah,
Great job. Great job. Great job.
You at least got her the medium single.
Yeah.
Let me just say this because we were just talking about Big George, and we talked to him, and I said, after talking to him, I know why he brings value here. With Miss Ty,
Mama T.
we never
T.
like have to ask for help. She just sees that we need help, and then she just starts helping us. And I like feel guilty. I'm like, no, like
She's a problem
you probably
solver.
have more important things to do to help us, but problem solver just wants to help people.
Yes.
And so we're lucky to have you here.
And wants to decorate or redecorate the interior of the bus.
And
I
she's the best
responded to her
decorator.
on Instagram, said, go
Y'all
for
gotta
it.
get me inside of that bus.
Let's go.
All right.
Now, see, on the DM, that meant something totally different. After that.
Oh, come
Lord.
on
To
now.
decorate.
Come on.
You know what? Let me rephrase that.
See, I'm trying to help you.
You have got to get me inside of your bus because it needs me.
I'd love to see what you can do.
2
Happily.
weeks. 2 weeks is all I need.
All right.
All right.
That's all I need.
We got 2 weeks between
but,
tomorrow
but
and the next
here's
game.
the catch. I have to set the budget myself.
We'll talk. My people will talk to your people about
Look,
the
'cause
budget.
I've seen the rooms that she redesigns for Coach Prime. And
Yes. And actually,
Like-
I'm headed to Texas I got to do some work at some stuff he's got going on over there.
Yeah.
So, but after that, then I can get to the bus.
Remind me to tell you about another project for him that he just told me about to tell you about. It just popped in my head now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Good seeing y'all.
All right, Big Ty. The DMs are open. They're
remember how to
mid-open.
slide. Remember, if you're sliding, to slide correctly.
Don't lead off with
That's
a
a
picture.
mic drop.
The last episode, she told you about that. Don't lead off with a picture. Lead off with.
Oh,
and
my God.
You can't lead off with "Good Morning, Princess" or "Queen," and then you don't like that either.
No grand rising.
No Grand Rise. Yeah. All right. Free
All right,
game
free game.
from Big Ty. Miss Ty. Mama T is the players.
Thank you, Mama T. All right.
Legend.
Anything else before we get out of here?
No, it's super chat time, man, ain't it?
Let's get to it.
Oh yeah. So you can chat us up.
You want to tell us about any DMs you've received recently?
She's talking to you.
I don't. I know. I don't have any.
Yeah,
The
right.
people
No
missed
shot.
their opportunity. They had an opportunity to ask Alyssa anything.
I know the AMA. We got good questions. I was
Yeah.
nervous there was going to be some weird ones, but
Yeah.
we were fine.
It's because it was public, not like the DMs.
True.
You go down in the deal.
Super chat from Chubbs TV says, "About time we blame Jake." I don't know what we were talking about.
Started the show.
Oh, man, he was in a good mood for a minute there, too.
was.
Now it's all ruined.
He has another super chat though. Chubbs does, and he says, "Never mind. We blame Ryan for gloating."
All right, that's fine. I can handle it. Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 32.
Super chat from DJ Flame to you says, "What's up, gents? F them Chiefs. RK, what's up with
Oh,
the
yeah.
PHNX crew talking shit on Prime, saying he leaving and he doesn't stand by his morals and values. The live they did today, trash. Even talked bad on Arizona."
They directed that question at you specifically.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's I'm with you guys. Let me just say that.
I got to go back and watch it. I didn't see it.
I got you.
I wouldn't.
Yeah. No, I want
I
to
got
know what
you.
they said.
Another DJ Flame to you super chat says, "Round 2, LOL. Jake, what has Michigan done to Donovan? He should have transferred to us. Neely, always good to see you, my brother. Love the shine you give, Chef. Lastly, 12 is him, and love the crew and FTP."
12 is him.
I have no words on the Michigan Wolverines right now.
And the fraudulent cover athlete that I said from the jump.
Wow, bro. Just wait. He's going to get into NFL fresh legs because they're obviously not using him.
What are they doing?
They're inept
are
on
they
offense.
using?
They're inept on offense. What do you
All
mean?
right.
And Mullings is a beast, too. So
Okay.
Okay. Next one from Laura and Christy Buffenmeyer. $20 super chat says,
you.
"We have tickets to the Utah game. I sure hope there will be a tailgate. I am excited to meet my Thee DNVR crew. I am officially a diehard fan. We are going to bring some Buffalo Trace and merch from our hometown.
Hell yeah.
go. Thank you.
You just got in with the Buffalo Trace.
Yeah, they were
if there's not going to be a tailgate, there's going to be one now, but there was going to be one.
There's always going to be one.
Yeah, but we're going to blame it on the Buffalo Trace. Buffalo
go.
Trace is pretty damn good.
I like it.
Yes, it is.
They can sponsor the show if they want.
Buffalo Trace, call us.
Shout out Buffalo Trace.
DJ Flame to you with another super chat said, I lied. Round 3. I know Prime ain't leaving. He at home in Boulder. He's going to get the baseball stadium at CU. Shout out to Buff Nation and everyone at DNVR Buffs. Appreciate what y'all do to bring us amazing content.
Shout out to you,
You're
DJ
welcome.
Flame, to you.
Yeah, we appreciate the love, man. Because I would tell you this, as you pull up the next one, if it wasn't for the love, we wouldn't be doing this.
Of course.
Because it takes love to make this happen.
Amen. It's my favorite thing.
Super chat from East Coast Kev says, love the show as always. Is there any chance you guys will go snake hunting with Coach Sapp one day?
You know, here
This was actually a topic yesterday.
Yeah, but let me tell you like a true story. And Allison is over there. Hey, Allison. So Jackson State's homecoming is coming up our bye week.
Yep.
So I'm like, Sapp dog.
There's another question about that, by the way.
Like Sapp dog, come to homecoming. You know, Flea's coming home, all the folks coming home. Sapp was like, no, forget that. Come, Python grabbing with me. No.
Neil only grabs one python.
Thank
Jesus
you.
H.
The one I was born with.
Rev BJ Nelson.
By the way, I would do it. I would
Do what? Clarify.
He wouldn't grab my python. He would go python grabbing with
Please.
Sapp. No,
I
know
would
he's
go
clarifying.
snake hunting
Okay, thank
with
you.
Warren Sapp.
As would I, just not that week.
Yep. But someone else in
Just
the
not
comments
that
asked
weekend.
if we're coming with you to
Hey,
Jackson
the
State
door's
homecoming.
been wide open, man, all summer long.
Well-
I told you I'm
Rev
going.
BJ Nelson with a super chat asked if we're coming.
I mean,
JSU.
we're not going to be able to take the bus, but that doesn't mean we can't go.
The bus will be sick.
Yeah.
Like, let's powwow and find a way to take the bus. Let's at least for the audience act like we're going to powwow and find a way to take the bus.
All right, we can pool our money together.
Yeah, I got $3.50 on, and I don't mean $350. Okay. I mean $3.50. Shout out. Speaking of $3.50, I know we got a super chat. Jake for breakfast this morning was so clutch. The breakfast burritos.
Hey,
What'd you guys think of Twisters?
bro, those
I
were
don't know where they came from. You say it's Twisters. Twisters was excellent.
I would go back to Albuquerque just for the food.
Yeah, no, it was nice.
It's the best part. Well, besides the people, my friends and family, that's the best part of that city.
So sentimental.
Twisters is it called?
Twisters, yep.
Yeah,
Albuquerque, New Mexico. Go to Twisters breakfast burritos.
that was
Fun fact.
one of the best breakfast burritos I've ever had.
Breaking Bad, Los Pollos Hermanos.
yes.
That's Twisters.
That's based off of Twisters.
No, they're
The
filming
location.
in
Oh,
Twisters.
Oh,
Yes.
good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Sick.
Look, like I said last night at dinner, Cops Albuquerque was one of the best Cops ever.
It got crazy.
No, it's like, dude, I would watch the same episode over and over.
They're still on
like, I
YouTube.
didn't know Albuquerque was going like that.
Yeah. Oh, bro, it's wild out there.
Shout out to Albuquerque. Jake's gang.
It's different out there, man.
The Campos with a super chat says, here's my take, D-line. We'll tee off like Tiger Woods. The law firm is going to be in court tomorrow. Shiloh with a big rebound. Turn the Wildcats into pussycats. Go Buffs.
Let's go Buffs.
Go Buffs.
Great super
I
chat.
love it.
Barron with the super chat says, excited to see the running game eat. Hopefully tight ends and Draylon Miller catches and baby T.O. sees the field.
Fingers
All right.
crossed. Thank you.
I think Draylon's going to be involved. Baby T.O. may still be a week away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Super chat from Don Peasy says, I cannot wait for the game tomorrow, driving 2 hours to dusty-ass Tucson to watch CU beat the Wild Rats is going to be so worth it. Hashtag no pity for the kitty.
It is dusty here. I'm not gonna lie.
Man, there's signs coming in like warning of dust storms.
Yep.
Right, yeah.
By the way, I also saw something I've never seen before. Maybe I haven't seen this. When we were driving back from dinner, there was a speed limit that said speed limit 40 miles per hour. Then below it, there was a darker sign that said night 35.
Yeah, I've seen
Oh,
it.
I've never seen that either.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
I've come across it. But I did come across something today when we were riding that I hadn't seen in like 20 years. A legit hitchhiker. I'm talking about thumb up and everything. I turned to the Funky Dope producer and Alice said, man, it's a hitchhiker. Like, he's serious.
Did you guys talk about maybe picking him up? We had plenty
dude,
of room.
No, we didn't. But even Kenny Highways chimed in. He's like, yeah, it was a hitchhiker. Like, he was excited.
It was wild.
But by the time you stopped at bus here, you 3 miles up.
Yep.
Let's see. Super chat from Jermaine says, greatest show ever.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jermaine.
Last one here from the Campos says, oh, do the belts and antennas need to be warmed up?
Yep.
Get them out.
Yeah, belt their
Yep.
ass.
Warm up the wrist, the shoulder, the elbow, whatever you need.
Yeah.
That was
Antennas
last
is
one.
crazy. All right.
Great show.
This show,
Great show.
oh man, if you guys only knew the
It took a
the
Herculean
headache that making this show happen was,
Y'all
but it's
remember-
all worth it when we actually
Y'all remember
get it
y'all's
done.
predictions from Thursday's show? I think I was 7 by 17, even if it was 17-0, 34-17. What was yours?
Score predictions?
Yeah.
I said.
I said 34-24.
So that's 10.
Yeah, I said like 31-20, something like that.
So, all right. So we're going 11, 10, and 17. I hope we're all right.
Yeah.
Yep.
One quick last-minute super chat. Alex says, don't
Mathematics.
know who didn't know this, but T-Mac only had 9 yards on Travis last year out of 100-plus yards. Go Buffs.
Let's
Go Buffs.
Yeah, going to be a good matchup to watch tomorrow.
Can't wait.
All right.
We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be on the bus.
Yep.
Headed back for the post-game show immediately following the game.
Yep. And if you're coming to the tailgate, be there early if you guys want to see the bus. We'll be there around 9:30.
And get in on the ticket tailgate parking package for next weekend against Cincinnati.
Cheaper than a ticket on the aftermarket.
Yep.
And you're going to need it. Cincinnati's going to be insane.
Exactly.
go.
Cannot wait. Cannot wait
go
for
Buffs.
tomorrow. Let's go Buffs.
Go Buffs.
We all silly like the mayor.